Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of Entertainment Therapy. I'm your host, Dr. Ian, and I've got another review for you in the way of Sausage Party. This movie stars the voice works of Seth Rogen. Well, first I should mention it's an animated comedy, a hard R raunchy animated comedy that is not for kids. Parents, I disclose to you, do not take your child to see this movie. The theater that I was in when I saw this, I looked to my right, and of course, there were children in this movie, and my God, it was awkward. But anyways, on to my review. This is the latest Seth Rogen comedy, not directed by him, but this is surprisingly, the two directors that are attached to this did Superbad, and Thomas the Engine, like, you guys know what I'm talking about, that Thomas animated cartoon toy yeah, the director of those. Weird, right, for him to go from that to that, so that's interesting. But this movie also stars Kristen Wiig, Danny McBride, Jonah Hill, Bill Hader, amongst of tons of talented comedians out there that should have their own movies, I'm just saying. And I gotta tell you guys, first and foremost, this is one of the most messed up movies I've ever seen. As a movie, I mean, it's out of its mind, and I mean that in the best possible way. This movie goes so far over the top that my mouth dropped and I was in awe, especially the ending, spoilers, I will not give away, don't worry. But the basic gist of the movie is, it's kind of like Toy Story in a way, but for adults. See, the movie's about all these foods and condiments, and basically they are alive, they have thoughts, they have feelings, and they believe that in their little grocery store home, within their grocery store, that if they are chosen, then they get to meet their maker, they get to meet God, and every single piece of food in there is so hell-bent on being the chosen one. I get to go to the great beyond, and I get to, bask in the glory of whatever food. It's an absurd premise, but it works. It really does work. I gotta say, what this movie does very well is, instead of it being just a raunchy comedy, it's actually kind of a smart movie. The movie touches on religion a lot. Basically, it throws religion out the window, and basically, Frank, played by Seth Rogen, hears about what the great beyond is from another particular food that was returned from another home, and this particular food tells Frank that there is no great beyond. There's just nothing. There's no great beyond. Everyone's out of their mind. Everyone's crazy. And Frank and Bun, played by Kristen Wiig. This is crazy, I know. Played by Kristen Wiig, they embark on this huge adventure to really truly find out the truth. Is there a God? Is there a great beyond? What is my life past just being on the shelf and having an expiration date? What do I have to offer in life? And it's actually kind of a smart film. And also one of the funniest films of the year. I gotta tell you guys, I was laughing so hard when I was watching this movie. And the movie is on purpose like a poorly animated movie. Like, the characters have these ridiculously shaped heads, and everyone's really kind of jerky and badly animated. But that's what the movie is going for. It's going for a very cheesy, kind of messed up kind of look to it. Obviously, there's a lot of raunch to this movie. I mean, this movie earns its R rating. One of my few negatives of this movie is that the fact that it takes its concept with being with these cute little food products and the cursing, and they kind of go a little over the top with it. Like they constantly are dropping F-bombs and kind of racial slurs and whatnot, and they just barely tiptoe on that line of being a little racist in some parts. And I kind of felt bad for laughing at it, but it's not so racist and over the top that I don't know, it's kind of weird to explain, but they walk that fine line of just barely being too offensive and kind of borderline racist, but the movie for the most part works. It's kind of dumb, but it's a lot of fun though, and you're gonna laugh your butts off. I'm telling you guys. I'm gonna recommend that you guys go and check this one out in theaters. I think you guys are gonna have a laugh riot with this one, but a disclaimer: if you are easily offended with this kind of material, this movie's gonna offend some people. It's going to offend people. So if you're easily offended by certain jokes or stereotypes and whatnot, then stay away from this movie. This movie's not going to be for you, because I've already heard quite a few people giving the movie flack for being just so kind of mean-spirited, and I didn't get that from the movie, to be completely honest, but some people walked away from this movie really not liking it because of how raunchy it was and how just dirty the movie was. But that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed my review. If you guys can, please hit that like button. Please subscribe. And if you guys would like to, leave a comment down below. And as always, guys, I'll see you at the movies. Have a great one, guys. See ya.